very important. And somehow or other, this issue is very much related to solving the Rohingya crisis. Okay, if Bangladesh cannot, people of Bangladesh cannot constitute themselves as a democratic polity, and we still have to fight against fascism, fascist forces, and remain, under the influences of superpowers or super geopolitical relations. It's very difficult for us to even address the Bangladeshi to the real problems of the Rohingyas, who are very close, keen to our, and also the Arakan is very much related to Bangla culture. The local Arakan actually preserved some of our earlier Bengali culture. So we are very much related to Arakan, emotionally, culturally, historically, and politically. It's very important to understand. So quite often, the Bangladeshis don't even understand how they are related to it. Especially people from Chittagong or people from Noakhali or the coastal areas, they know more closely because their forefathers went to Burma, who are in Arakan, and they're familiar with that. I will start with what one is only from the Secretary Cabinet of the State, so you get some clarification. Now, my information might be really wrong. You are saying that joint response plans are getting a good response. Let's hear. But the information I have here is only 37% has been committed by the international community. Okay? So I'm sure you must have correct information. So this whole internationalization of Rohingya issue by donors is a real problem. Because it becomes an area where donors are in certain way intervening in very different ways. And the governance of the camps becomes a real security issue of the country. So that is my one. In this, I also would like to address to my Rohingya conflict with the brothers and sisters to address this issue. See, if you want to solve the Rohingya issue, we have to come very close in understanding between us. So our understanding must be based on the security of Bangladesh and the struggle of the people of Bangladesh for a democratic polity. Because that can only ensure you that people of Bangladesh can be by your side in resolving this whole Rohingya. And I will also be very politely and humbly with you for another issue. Problem of Rohingya is in Myanmar. This is not true. The problem of Rohingya is a geopolitical issue. The problem of, the Palestinians has not been solved. We have seen it. It's a real-time genocide is going on. And the United Nations couldn't do anything. Nothing. The Rohingya problem into a simple humanitarian problem. It is not a humanitarian problem. You are a political problem, and it is also a military strategic issue for the Bangladesh and for this, especially the South Asian subcontinent, to keep it free from the international intervention and competition with the biggest. These are the real problems, which is not obviously beyond the capacity of the Bangladeshi people and beyond the capacity of the Bangladesh state to address it. So Rohingya problem will not be addressed unless these basic issues are being cleared. Number one, there is democratic transformation of Bangladesh. Number two is a real understanding between the Rohingya people of Rohingya and the people of Bangladesh. That we have a common agenda, common historical destiny, and this is a security and survival question for all of us. It's not a question of only 1 million Rohingya. It's a question of, Bangladesh. It's a huge population, security issue, very huge population. So we have to be very careful about it. It's a very sensitive issue. But many of us are working with our people as the most oppressed, and their rights have been given. Dr. Yunus has promised, I don't know why he promised that, I don't know. I hope that someone should ask him how he can, for example, promise to Rohingya that they can go to the next Eid and they can celebrate in Myanmar. We should not make this kind of promise unless he has some kind of very, very clear strategic plan. And after he said that we have seen that we are in the corridor, humanitarian corridor. And that makes me actually amazes us, and it gives lots of substance. But that's the debate we start with. When you talk about the humanitarian corridor in the Myanmar, then Dr. Yunus should have consulted this with the army. It's a military issue. You simply cannot address the military issue and other national security issues simply by highlighting something just for your popularity. And I think there is a lot of serious problem. So I don't know what you will be able to gain in the coming general meeting, conference that will take place. I'm not against that. I think that of course we need the growing issue. It's a very serious humanitarian issue. What I'm objecting to, reducing this humanitarian issue is a serious problem. We all have to address it in the political, but when you say it's a political issue, we have to, for example, unfold. We have to see deeper into what we mean with the political issue. What are the main issues that are involved in here? What should be our relationship with the way people are, our relationship with the Arakan army, and lots of other issues, especially, what's happening to Bangladesh. Bangladesh went through a popular insurgence to establish the popular sovereignty of the people of Bangladesh. But we haven't succeeded. In the 5th August, we had a popular insurgence to establish popular sovereignty. On the basis of popular sovereignty, the people actually demanded that they want to totally transform the fascist state into a democratic state. But we haven't succeeded. On 8th of August, we already suffered from it. What I call that, it's a constitutional contradiction. So whole aspirations of people have been destroyed in the name of the constitution and maintaining the same fascist structures in Bangladesh, same anti-democratic institutions, and then reducing the whole transformation of Bangladesh into an issue of election. Election is not our issue. Rohingya is also our issue. Our security is our issue. Our existence is our issue. And so I can see this what's really happening in the coming years. I'm sure that many of the people we will discuss when I meet with other Rohingya that first they coming from Myanmar, first they coming from India. So these are absolutely geopolitical issues, and there are many ideological issues as well. Because when religion is used for national identity, it reduces into some kind of identitarian politics. It creates violence, it creates war, it creates genocide. So we must try to address those issues as well. So, my main position is something. I don't like, but I think we have to be very critical. It's important, I agree, that there are serious humanitarian crises. But framing the Rohingya issue as a simply humanitarian issue is very complicated. So at least we should, I'm not talking about the representatives of the UN organization or even for government, because sometimes they will talk in liberal language, which is fine, I understand that. These are technical issues. But at least when you have this kind of problem, then we can address that issue. So that will be my first position. Secondly, is that I see, as I spoke earlier, that security issues become more and more prominent. And I think the situation has more deteriorated in the last 3 years. And it's deteriorating even after this last development, after the 5th of last year. Because there are many, as I can see the picture. I'm sure you may have more information about it. But the Rohingya issue is not my major area of work, but I'm giving some general understanding, the way we perceive it in that. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the money, especially for the humanitarian aid, is reducing. And I don't see any scope that is to be. And when and what cause is when it actually more very is that most of the money we do is mainly for for the protection of the life. If I'm wrong, if someone must correct me. But really, the humanitarian issue is a much wider issue. The question of food, the question of housing, the question of health, a lot of question of education, a lot of other issues really. Another issue I will make is that we are also suffering from severe environmental ecological chaos. In some of the research we have found out 2,500 hectares of cultivable land is already destroyed. And many of you already know about the effect of forestry. So Bangladesh has suffered from this simply because they also feel very close to the Rohingya issue. But then the international community must address those issues. Secondly, as I mentioned, the security issue. One thing is getting more and more information about we're getting that the security problem are spreading. It is not limited to Rohingya areas. It is also spreading in Sri Lanka. It is also spreading to other areas of Bangladesh. But given the instability, political instability of Bangladesh, security issue is a very serious concern for the people of Bangladesh.